What's up, guys? Jake Bond 45 here to do my WWE Survivor Series 2011 predictions. So let's begin. So the first match is the Divas Championship match between Beth Phoenix and Eve Torres. I really don't know why they have a Divas title match because I mean this title match, first of all, has been poorly built. It hasn't been built up right because we haven't really seen much with Eve and like Beth Phoenix, and it's a really random title match. You know, they should have done like a match with traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. You know, with like Kelly, Elisa Fox, Eve Torres, AJ, Caitlyn against Beth Phoenix, Natalia, Rosa Mendes, Tamina, and or maybe one of the Bella Twins. I'm not entirely sure, but they could have incorporated some Divas, Survivor Series match. But for some reason, we have a title match that's been really built up. That hasn't really been built up at all. I mean, but anyways, I think that Beth Phoenix is going to retain, and then more than likely in the next pay-per-view, Elisa Fox will get her chance because I've been seeing that WWE has been building up Elisa Fox with putting her on matches on SmackDown and giving her backstage segments. So she's a possibility to possibly face Beth Phoenix, and maybe she'll win. Who knows? But yeah, Beth Phoenix is going to win the match, and the next match is between Dolph Ziggler and John Morrison for the United States Championship. A really random match. For some reason, John Morrison's always the one who gets like the random matches on a pay-per-view. I mean, it's been like for some reason they just throw John Morrison right in just to have him lose or something in a certain title match, either for the IC title or the United States Championship. But it's always random. I don't know why, but in this match, I'm going to say John Morrison is going to win because Dolph Ziggler has been. This is the second time that Dolph has been in the two matches in one pay-per-view, and I don't know if WWE wants to do that in order to like give him the status of a main eventer because they want to push him into like maybe the next person to win the WWE Championship or put him on that status. But it's pretty weird that they keep putting him in like two matches in pay-per-view. I mean, I don't get it, but I do believe that Dolph Ziggler is going to lose the championship because it's possible for WWE is gonna put him in the main event status, or that Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger are gonna be the next people, the next team to win the tag team titles. Because with Evan Bourne and the Wilderness Policy violation, they might move the championships to Dolph and Jack. So that's a good possibility. But yeah, I'm gonna say John Morrison's going to win, and this would be good for John Morrison too for his development. And he hasn't really been doing anything but lose matches against, except for like one match he had with Dolph Ziggler on Raw, which is probably why he's getting the opportunity now, according to the story and all. But I hope John Morrison, if he does win, like he becomes a good United States champion. He doesn't just hold the belt and doesn't do anything with it. So the next match we have is the traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series tag team match with Team Orton versus Team Barrett. Now I was really surprised that the team name was Barrett versus Orton, because you would think that it would be Team Rose versus Team Orton, because Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton had like this whole rivalry in the past few months. But it's Team Barrett, but it could work because with the whole thing with Wade Barrett and his developing and him getting a push and possibly later on getting a title match for the World Championship in the future. But he's been doing pretty well, and WWE has been doing a great build-up with him and winning matches, and how he won the match against Randy Orton. That was surprising for me. And I'm going to say that Wade Barrett's team is going to win, just because it's going to help with his development, and later on maybe he's going to start a feud with Randy Orton. But I'm going to say Wade Barrett's team is going to win this match, and it should be a good match. They have some good guys. You have Cody Rhodes, Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, Dolph Ziggler, Hunico, and Dolph Ziggler, yes. I can't believe I forgot him. And then you have on Orton's team, you have Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, Mason Ryan, Sheamus, and Sin Cara, yes. So it should be a good match. And the next match we have is for the World Heavyweight Championship between Mark Henry and Big Show. Now, I do believe that Mark Henry is going to retain the title, but he's going to lose by DQ, because See, the next pay-per-view is TLC, and I do believe that for the match between the Big Show and Mark Henry is going to continue at TLC, and it's going to be like a chairs match, which would make sense because in the story, Mark Henry has been using the steel chair to take out a lot of guys, like with Kane and Big Show for a few months, and Vladimir Kozlov, that he ended his career, and all that. So it's going to be like symbolic with the whole chairs match between Big Show and Mark Henry. But I'm going to say that Big Show's going to win, but it's going to be by disqualification or count out or whatever. But it should be still a good match. They can perform well. Like the last match they had was pretty good. It ended off really surprisingly great. So you can look forward to that World Heavyweight Championship match, and it's been developed greatly. So if you'll stay tuned for that match. And the next match is the WWE Championship match between Alberto Del Rio and CM Punk. Now, to be honest, the WWE Championship has been overshadowed by the whole Rock and John Cena thing, because honestly, with Alberto Del Rio, this started way before, he had his second title reign, because ever since he became WWE Champion and he won it by won the championship at SummerSlam, I haven't really been seeing Alberto Del Rio as a legitimate WWE Champion. Like, he doesn't seem like he's been built up right to become a WWE Champion. And it's funny because when he was on SmackDown, he was built rightly to become a future World Heavyweight Champion. He had the whole feud with Rey Mysterio, and then he would move on to the ranks and defeating guys, and he had a good character going on SmackDown. And I do believe that, he should have won the World Championship during, the WrestleMania, after he won the Royal Rumble, but, the whole thing with Edge and how he was retiring pretty soon, it kind of messed up with Alberto Del Rio's development. And that now that he's on Raw, he's a WWE champion, but I don't see him as a strong champion. And it's weird because I should see him as a strong WWE champion, but I just don't. And then, the whole build-up with this WWE Championship match isn't really all that great. And then, the WWE Championship is like the crown jewel of the whole business, and it's kind of being overshadowed by the Rock and John Cena tag team match. But, I do believe that in this match, CM Punk is going to win, because it would make sense, because Alberto Del Rio, like I said, I don't feel like he's a legitimate WWE champion. In order to bring story into that belt now, after the whole Rock and John Cena match, CM Punk would be the right choice, and I think that, he would represent being a WWE champion very strongly. Like, he would be a strong champion. So CM Punk, I'm going to say, is going to win, and possibly still feud with Alberto, but it would be the right choice to feud with CM Punk. And finally, the main event match, The Rock and John Cena versus The Miz and R-Truth. I'm not interested in this match, and I should be, because, The Rock is one of my favorite wrestlers, and this is the first time he's wrestled in like 7 years, but for some reason, I'm not interested in this whole match, and I don't know why. I mean, I just don't have that feeling of excitement to see the Rock, returning to the ring, and and how they've been developing this whole thing with The Rock and John Cena. They could have done a better job, but I should be more in tune for this match, but I'm not. It just seems like a regular match for me, And for me, I'm not sure who's gonna win this match, because if The Miz and R-Truth win, that would be greatly develop, their characters, because The Miz, he's still like higher up in the mid-carder, him being a former WWE champion. I can take him seriously, but it would really help R-Truth too, because with R-Truth, with his heel turn and all, I haven't really decided about how his status is. Like, if he's like above mid-carder, or he's just right there with being a mid-carder. But it would make sense for Miz and R-Truth win, but then have the whole thing with The Rock and John Cena. Somebody messes up and they can't get along, or you could have the obvious thing with The Rock and John Cena winning the match. But this whole pay-per-view is supposed to be the shows to see if The Rock can still perform very well in the ring, after 7 years. But hopefully, I do believe he's going to do a good job, and I'm going to say, the Rock and John Cena are going to win the match, and how it's been developed and whatever. But it would be really one-sided, though. I think that's the reason too, because this whole thing with The Rock and John Cena seems too overpowering against The Miz and R-Truth. Even though they're big superstars, they're not like the big names like The Rock, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, and then John Cena, C. Mason and all that, they're up there, with the main event status. So that's probably why I'm not that interested, because of the team they're facing. But it should be a good match. I mean, since they've been building it up for like the last few weeks and everything. And so that's my predictions on Survivor Series and who's gonna win. And I think the problem with this pay-per-view is that there's too many title matches. There shouldn't be a Divas Championship match. There shouldn't be a WWE title match. And the United States Championship match, that was a throw-in, really random. But there's too many title matches. And Survivor Series is all about the feuds and how the faces and heels are supposed to join forces and the face. The opposing team, and there should be at least like 3 to 4 traditional Survivor Series matchups, and that would really be interesting because I really love Survivor Series, but I'm not really getting that whole thing with that feeling because there's too many title matches and there's only one Survivor Series match, and there should be more because usually there's like 3 to 4 Survivor Series, elimination tag matches, but they're not this year. So I think that's going to be the downfall with this pay-per-view. That it's not going to be as good as it should be because, and also the Survivor Series also helps the mid-carders, and why Daniel Bryan is not in this pay-per-view is beyond me. He should be somewhere in this pay-per-view, maybe with Team Orton, but I don't know why. So it's kind of a lost opportunity to put Daniel Bryan and some other mid-carders in this pay-per-view, but WWE will do what they do. So those are my predictions. You guys comment below your thoughts on the whole Survivor Series, who you think is going to win, thoughts on who's going to win the Rock and John Cena tag team match. And thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe if you did like this video. Thumbs up if you did enjoy it. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.